home run against Wausau. His other home run came against Rockford. He had 5 RBIs in that game against the Rivets. Rain continues to pour here. Woodchucks took their batting practice today in dry conditions. Then the Rafters, they decided to hit in the rain, and I think that helped them. They understood the conditions early on, and we'll go to the mound here. Brody Sexton talking to Nolan Bernard. Sexton making his first start at catcher. He joins Max Solis and Jake Weatherspoon as the 3 that will likely play behind the dish for at least the rest of the first half, maybe more. Nice location from Sexton there, but it's just off the plate, 1-0. Not going to be easy for either team to deal with this sort of weather. These are adverse conditions, but talked to Wisconsin Rapids head coach Tom Ziglowski in the rain, and I think they're excited about the prospect of playing in these conditions. That sort of favors the road team. Wausau has been good at home this season, 6-2 record. One of the 2 games they lost, though, there were rainy conditions. Inside, it's a 4-pitch walk to Noah Ruiz. Obviously, he can hit a ton for Wisconsin Rapids, but he also takes a lot of walks, and he does right there. So now Ashton Zacher comes up. These 2 teams played early in the season. Wausau lost at Wisconsin Rapids 13-11, then they responded with a 12-3 win at home the very next day. And that is hit well into center field. Smith Johnson tracking back, and he leaps but can't make the catch. That'll move everybody up a base. Moving back to first is Zacher. Thought he had a double there, but the runners had to wait. They thought Smith Johnson might have been able to make the catch, and boy, oh boy, he almost did. The bases are loaded for Wisconsin Rapids, and if the goal for them was to keep the good vibes going on the road, they are off to a great start. However, Christian Smith Johnson got up a little limpy on that play out in center field. He hit straight into the wall in the rain, and you could see him on his knees, and boy, you hope he's okay. One of the best outfielders in the Northwoods League. He leads Wausau in batting average and RBIs. And also out comes Corey Thompson. Medical trainer out there assessing Christian Smith Johnson. This is a tough kid, someone who will play through just about anything and will put his body on the line to make catches like that. And we'll see if he is going to try to play this one out. Whatever way you look at it, this is Wausau's most important player. And having a guy like this in your lineup day in, day out makes a massive difference. And we've seen that already this season. Not only a great hitter, infielder, but he is one of the top stolen base leaders in the league. And he's not just, again, great at all those facets, but he's a great leader. Most talkative guy in batting practice. He's got great character. That's what Corey Thompson speaks about the most. And a mainstay like that is why Wausau won 50 games last season. It's also why Wausau won 9 games so far to start the season. Quick conversation. Corey Thompson looks like he's going to go back. The thing is, you really don't know where Smith Johnson would be injured. You can tell that his shoulder looks a little rough. But he's going to stay out there. That will be very nice for Woodchucks fans to see. A relief that Christian Smith-Johnson is staying in the game. And you hope that he's able to continue throughout the rest of it. Obviously, the key here is to be careful. If Smith-Johnson needs a bit of rest or needs to come out of the game, you'd rather do that than leave him in there for him to potentially get hurt even more, and you hope that that's not the case. It's incredible that he came up injured on that play and almost made the catch in the pouring rain. The good news for Wausau in that situation is with that little timeout, it gave Nolan Bernard a chance to reset, to breathe. In his first 7 innings of work with Wausau, barely anybody reached base against him. Only person that really got after Bernard in his last appearance, which was last week against Royal Oak, was the first hitter he faced, Chase Vandermeed, who hit a home run on him, but it didn't count. This is Eric Parker, who takes outside and low. Appeal from the umpire at first base, and he said that Parker did not go. I don't think Thompson, Wausau's coach, was too pleased with the location there, asking the home plate umpire where that missed. It looks like it missed a tad low. That one's in there for strike one. So Bernard gave up that home run last time out, but Chase Vandermeed did not step on the white part of first base, and they appealed, and Vandermeed was out. And so that means that Bernard still has not allowed a run this season. Nolan really impressed at South Florida. 22 innings pitched as a freshman. That's hard to do at a Division I level right off the bat. Parker is able to foul that off. He went fast there with the fastball. It's 1-2. When you talk about big players for Wisconsin Rapids and guys that kind of made you peek over, Eric Parker would be one of them. He's expected to have a big summer. Swing and a miss. Bernard gets a strikeout. Bernard asking a quick question as he goes back to the mound, but that's the perfect way to start working out of a bases-loaded jam. Matt Pinal now to the plate out of Hope International. Two-way player over there, and he was very good in Wisconsin Rapids' sweep against Lakeshore. Pinal's played a lot in the Rapids lineup, 6 games, .412 batting average. That's one of the best for Wisconsin Rapids. That's why he's square in the middle of the order. Bernard's got a lot of regular starting pitches in his arsenal. Fastball, changeup, curveball, slider. Hails from the Chattanooga area. This past year at Hope International, 11 home runs. Started 53 games there, so awfully impressive numbers from the lefty. And he fouls one off, 2-2. At the start of the inning, the rain was coming down pretty heavily. It has subsided a bit as the inning has gone on. That's going to favor the pitcher. By the way, Pinal is... It's a big body up there at the plate. 6'2", 215, but a dangerous swing. Nice catch from Sexton, and it'll go to a full count. Wausau did have a couple arms warming there early in this inning. No one's working in the bullpen anymore, though. The payoff for Bernard. Fouled off towards the left side. Pinal out of Southgate, California. And 4 for 12 over the last week. One of those guys that hits left but throws right. That's exactly what you want. And it's even more impressive that he does that two-way. Ground ball, right side, a base hit. That'll score Onade, and holding at third is Ruiz. Wisconsin Rapids is on the board. Matt Pinal gets an RBI on a full count pitch. It's 1-0 Rapids Rafters. Good piece of hitting there from Matt Pinal. Bernard had to throw a strike in there on a full count, and at least you made Pinal work for it if you're the starting pitcher. You don't want to necessarily walk him. That'll lower your confidence. Hiroto Kobayashi now. He's been good against Wausau this season. Played in both games against the Woodchucks in May. And here at Athletic Park, Kobayashi 1 for 3 with a walk and an RBI single, which in that game came in the first inning. Last time the Rapids played Wausau, the Rapids Rafters scored 3 runs in the first, but none past that point. And they lost 12-3. A big hit here could really put Wisconsin Rapids in a good spot early. Good take. And that's outside and low, 2-1. Bernard's someone that likes to fill the strike zone. He's trying to catch the corners right now, but barely missing. Wonder how he adjusts. Kobayashi flares one into right center. That's pretty deep. Pruitt is in to make the catch. Ruiz will tag, and the throw will be cut off. The Rapids Rafters have a 2-0 lead. Kobayashi picks up his 10th RBI of the season. So Zacher will stay at second. Pinal will stay at first. And now the 7-hitter, Chris Diaz. This is a confident Wisconsin Rapids team that's going to give their starting pitcher, Kenny Schultz, the lead to work with here tonight. Check swing, it's low for ball 1. Rapids are taking good pitches, kind of 50-50 pitches, and getting ahead in counts. And so it's forced Bernard to fight back a little bit. That is in the dirt. Nice stop by Sexton. You know what? I shouldn't mention it as dirt. It's the turf here. The turf infield here in Wausau that has played a big part in this game being able to be played today. Remember, first year with this new turf, olive seeds instead of your regular turf that you see on football fields. Hit well into right, but straight to Ryan Pruitt. That'll end the inning. So Bernard limits the damage, but the Rapids Raptors get 2. It's 2-0, and the Woodchucks bat next.
My host families, who I still stay in touch with to this day. Had a great time there. Enjoyed my time playing with the Mashers. Definitely different than I could have ever expected, but definitely enjoyed the time here.
Honestly, one of the best summers I've ever had. I got to stay with a great host family that I still see a couple times a year now, and honestly, it was the perfect introduction into professional baseball.
Oh, that's gotta hurt.
Oh, good to have you back on your game.
Yeah, well, you know, I only got cancer so that you could tell people that, you know, you shaved your head for solidarity and not because you're going bald.
Right. And I got a minivan to make your little moped look cool.
Okay. Well, couldn't have gotten through without you.
Love you, bro. I'm glad you're sticking around.
Oh, that means so much coming from Mom and Dad's second favorite.
Whatever.
After a couple years of this, it's time for more money, more opportunity. That's where Midstate Technical College comes in. Got a passion for helping people? Maybe you like cars. Are you into science? Are you good with computers? No matter your path, we've got cutting-edge classes with field-trained professionals and better tuition options. Stop getting by and level up today.
Stay connected with the premier summer collegiate softball and baseball league at northwoodsleague.com. Support the Northwoods League Foundation with a purchase from our online store. Get the latest news and stats, or join over 1 million fans at the ballpark. Just select your favorite team, find the game you want to see, then hand pick your tickets and print your tickets at home. For tickets 24 hours a day, visit northwoodsleague.com, your home for the Northwoods League.
So the Woodchucks will try to respond by getting some runs in the bottom of the first, and Ryan Pruitt is going to lead things off for Wausau after one of his best games of the season. In the win against Fond du Lac, Woodchucks split the series with the Dock Spiders with a 7-5 win. Saw the Woodchucks in their dugout there, most of them wearing their wind coats that they're provided. They can also serve as raincoats, considered windbreakers. Ryan Pruitt takes a strike. 1 for 7 against Wisconsin Rapids in the first 2 games that he played. That is hit straight back to the pitcher, Kenny Schultz, and an easy first out for the pitcher with a heck of a story. We'll talk about that during the first inning. Here's Wausau's order for tonight. Pruitt just hit. Dylan Schlotterback will hit second, but after that, some new faces. Ethan Guerra's going to hit third. Aiden Harris will have his first appearance of the season. He'll hit fourth. Then a newbie in Caden Baldridge. Anthony Quigley hits sixth. It'll be Sexton, Knowlton, Smith-Johnson to end the order. And Schlotterback hits one to first. Pinal will take it to the bag himself. 2 quick outs for Wisconsin Rapids. Let's look at their field while we've got a chance. Onate, Diaz, Hiroto Kobayashi from left to right in the outfield. It'll be Davis at third, Eric Parker at short. Then you've got Noah Ruiz, your regular second baseman. Pinal just made the play at first. Ashton Zacher will catch Kenny Schultz, who started the year as an intern in the press box for Wisconsin Rapids, suddenly turned into one of their best pitchers. Plays at D3 Wisconsin Stevens Point. He's a junior. This is Ethan Guerra at the plate he's facing. Guerra was big on Tuesday, 2 for 4 with 2 RBIs, both of those coming late. Kenny Schultz has been impressive. Just 2 earned runs allowed and now 10 1/3 innings pitched. And that off-speed pitch is up and away. And it's because he does not walk many hitters. So he's down 3-0 here to Ethan Guerra. Looked at the stats collegiately for Kenny Schultz. The most walks he's given up in an appearance, 3. Speaking of a walk, Guerra will be able to take his base. Tell you what, no matter what's happening with Kenny Schultz, he loves to work fast. Gotten through about 3 hitters here in the space of 2.5, maybe 3 minutes. Nothing too special about what Kenny Schultz will deliver. Got a fastball in the mid-80s. It's Aiden Harris's turn. In his first plate appearance as a Wausau Woodchuck, he takes a ball outside. Freshman out of Virginia, and he was used mostly as a pinch hitter this past year with the Cavaliers. Hit 400, though, 4 for 10 in 11 games of work. He's a big boy, 6'4", 240. And when he gets a hold of one, it goes the distance. Takes there, 1 ball, 2 strikes. First summer collegiate baseball action for Aiden Harris. This was a guy that Corey Thompson was very excited about in the preseason. Hit towards the right side, a base hit. Guerra's going to move from first to third. Kobayashi will toss it back into the infield. And runners are at the corners here for the Woodchucks as they try to get a 2-out rally going. So impressive about that hit from Aiden Harris is that was one of his softer swings right there, but a good piece of hitting. You can have all the power you want, but if you can't place the ball in a good spot in the outfield, it becomes a bit of a challenge. And so give Aiden Harris a lot of credit for putting one the opposite way and giving Cade Baldridge a chance at a first Northwoods League RBI. Swing and a miss, strike 1. Baldridge has spent his last 2 years at Cowley Community College. He's committed to Kansas, so there are 2 JUCO players now on the Woodchucks that are committed to KU. Baldridge joins Dylan Schlotterback in that distinction. They'll look back at first, and Harris stands at the first base bag. Cade's a switch hitter. Hitting right today, but in batting practice, he hit both sides, both the right side and the left side. And I tell you what, he's good at both, really good at both. Normally this year at Cowley Community College, he led off, played at second base, which he's at second base tonight, which means Keegan Jerschley gets a second consecutive off day. Good take, 2-1. The Rafters loaded the bases in the top of the first and took advantage, scoring 2 runs. See if the Woodchucks can cut into that and respond here. Anthony Quigley is on deck. Swing and a miss. Pulled the string on the changeup. 2-2. One thing you can be impressed with so far with Schultz in the Northwoods League is that he has gotten hitters to strike out. He's got 7 of them on the year. Baldridge puts it in play. That is scooped by Davis at third. His throw is just past Pinal. That will score a run, and Baldridge will make his way to second base. Woodchucks will score an unearned run on the error by Davis, and it's 2-1. Well, Cade Baldridge already putting the hustle in the first ball that he put in play all season, and that is exactly what you want to see out of a player who's trying to make an impression. I'm sure he's made an impression with Corey Thompson with running that baseball out. It made it a tough play on Davis. The conditions do not favor a long throw like that, and Pinal tried to hold his foot on the bag but couldn't reach for the baseball. So now a chance for Anthony Quigley to do some damage. 2 home runs, 8 RBIs for the freshman out of South Florida. Into left center field, and that will drop for a base hit. Harris scores. Baldridge around third. He'll cross the plate standing up. All of a sudden, the Woodchucks have the lead in the first. A 2 RBI single from Anthony Quigley makes it 3-2. To think that Wausau started this inning, nobody on, 2 outs, and now the last 4 have reached. That's exactly what you want to see in a 2-out rally. The new guys in Guerra, Harris, and Baldridge, who are the heart of the order tonight, all getting on base, and all 3 of them have scored. Speaking of newbies, here's another one, Brody Sexton. First time this season where Kenny Schultz has had to deal with a little trouble. More runs allowed in this inning alone than the entirety of Schultz's first 2 appearances. Sexton pops it up. That's going towards the seats on the left side, rather. And someone in the stands is able to make a nice catch on a bounce. High fives all over the place. A lot of kiddos in the crowd tonight. Still a great crowd came out despite the rain. A lot of people want to see the Woodchucks before Wausau goes on the road for 10 straight days. Longest road trip of the season is on the way starting tomorrow. Runners moving, and that is hit to the shortstop Parker. He'll make the throw to first. A nice scoop by Pinal to end the inning. Anthony Quigley, a 2 RBI single to give Wausau the lead. It's 3-2 here on the Northwoods League Sports Network.
Don't miss out on any of the great food at Athletic Park. For tickets, call 715-845-5055.
So, after a couple years of this, it's time for more money and better opportunities. That's where Mid-State Technical College comes in.
Are you a born leader? Is hospitality your thing? Maybe you're into efficiency. Or do you love building teams? No matter your path, we've got cutting-edge classes with field-trained professionals and better tuition options. So stop getting by and level up today.
Yeah, I mean, I was in Madison, which is an amazing place to be in the summer, and the Mallards always had, 5,000, 6,000 people at the games. Just a pretty cool atmosphere. Northwoods League in general just, I think, gets you ready to play professional baseball.
That's by Nico Horner. What a play!
That was one of the funnest experiences of my life, honestly. That was kind of the first time I, got away from home for a really long time and was kind of living on my own a little bit. The way it kind of simulates college and minor league baseball and professional baseball with the traveling and staying overnight. I had a lot of fun.
More than 350 Northwoods League alumni have been drafted in the last 5 years, and nearly 140 have made their Major League Baseball debut in that time. The Northwoods League is the ultimate collegiate summer baseball experience.
Summer Collegiate Softball is back after an outstanding inaugural season. Northwoods League Softball returns to the field for its second season this summer. Find out more at northwoodsleague.com and follow us on Instagram and X at NWL Softball. Speaking of Northwoods League Softball, if you were able to join us yesterday and Tuesday, the Wausau Ignite played their first ever games in franchise history. They won in run rule fashion on Tuesday, 13-2 over the La Crosse Steam, and then yesterday a thrilling 14-12 game against the Madison Nightmares. Madison ended up taking that one. Pat Costin, the lefty out of Indiana, steps in, 125 average on the season. And he takes a filthy pitch there that just missed low, 2-0. Speaking of that softball game last night, how about 8 home runs combined by my count? Costin fouls it away. Everybody was hitting it out. There's actually 9 home runs combined, 26 runs scored on 28 hits. Sharply hit to third. Schlotterback picks it up and tosses to first. Dylan Schlotterback playing in a new position today. He's been playing at shortstop all season until tonight. But with Ethan Guerra coming in and Cade Baldridge playing tonight at second base, Slaughterback optioned to third. Had a lot of time in the hot corner at Paris Junior College. One of the reasons he was playing at shortstop was because he wanted to get some reps in at that position because that's what Kansas recruited him for. Nice slider to Spencer Davis. 1 ball, 1 strike. That was a busy first inning we just had. Wausau doing their work late. Rapids did a lot of their work in their frame early. Davis out of Hope International, teammates with Matt Pinal, who ripped an RBI single to give the Rafters a 2-0 lead in the first. Bernard deals a fastball outside. All the rain we were talking about earlier, it started with almost downpour conditions here in Wausau. Rain's pretty much let up all the way now. Nice pitch, but missed off the plate. So the count runs full. Bernard has walked 1 in his start so far. And that pitch was inside. Had Davis taken that, he would have had a walk. Well, that's the other good thing about Nolan Bernard. He does not walk many. Just 1 walk on the season coming into tonight. And he's very comfortable with pitching at Athletic Park. That's another thing. The 3-2 is just outside. So a 1-out walk for Spencer Davis. Bernard more walks in this start than in the first 7 innings of work this season. Now Onati comes to the plate. That pitch misses high, 1-0. Onati, 3 RBIs on the season for Wisconsin Rapids out of Pensacola State. And he hits one well into left center. That'll hang in the air, though, for Christian Smith-Johnson. Good catch from him out there. Nice to see that he's moving at just about full speed. 2 outs. If you are just joining us, Christian Smith-Johnson suffered what looked to be a minor injury as he collided with the wall in straightaway center, trying to make what would have been a spectacular catch in the first. Decided to stay in the game, though, after the trainers checked him out. That slider didn't drop, 1-0. And speaking of Ruiz and Christian Smith-Johnson, 2 of the best hitters in the Northwoods League. They both drive in a lot of runs. Ruiz sends it deep in the air into left center field, back to the track and the wall, and it's gone. Noru Ruiz has hit his 2nd home run against the Wausau Woodchucks this season, and Wisconsin Rapids is straight back in front, 4-3. That ball just kept on carrying and carrying and carrying. Looked like it was going to be a moon scraper, but it just got out. Zach Knowlton ran out of room, and Wisconsin Rapids back in front with 1 swing by their main guy, Noah Ruiz. Give him a league-leading 22 RBIs on the season. 3 home runs, too. Only a select few players in the Northwoods League have 3 home runs or more. Add Noah Ruiz's name to that list. Played at Biola University this last year, and I got to talk to Tom Ziglowski about Ruiz. And he said, hey, it doesn't matter if you're playing D1, D2, D3, NAIA. If you're a good hitter, you're a good hitter. And that was the thought process with bringing in Noah Ruiz. Ruiz led his team in hits this past season, and you could see why right there. When he turns on pitches and gets under them and cranks them like he did that pitch, good results. And he's putting himself in contention for a Northwoods League All-Star spot. Zacher tips it into the catcher's mitt. The inning's over, but Ruiz puts the Rafters back in front with a 2-run shot. 4-3 here on the Northwoods League Sports Network.
It's honestly been great. I've been playing a ton. I'm really honing in my skills, and I'm super excited for this fall and this coming spring for sure.
And she hits one over the fence for a grand slam by Paige Zender.
It honestly was just such a cool thing to be a part of it, and yeah, I would recommend it to anybody who wants to hone in more skills or just get more playing time, or if you played every single game, it's a super great opportunity as well.
The Food and Farm Exploration Center is a place for connecting with food and the people who grow it. Come play with agriculture and explore over 60 interactive exhibits. Explore the intersection of farming and food, the people that make it happen, and the processes that take it from field to fork through engaging learning brought to you by Wisconsin farmers. Meet the machines that feed the nation and get up close with tractors and other farm equipment. The Exploration Center also functions as a meeting place for the community with over 10,000 square feet of venue space. Food and Farm Exploration Center. Visit, play, explore.
Stay connected and up to date with the free Northwoods League mobile app. Avoid the lines and buy tickets to any of the Northwoods League games anytime, day or night. Subscribe for free and watch games live from anywhere all season long. Get the latest news and stats on top collegiate players from across the country, or personalize it with your favorite team. Either way, we've got you covered. The Northwoods League mobile app is free and available now from the App Store and Google Play.
I'm so glad you and Jack are home. His birthday was supposed to be today, right, Mom?
That's right.
He wanted to meet me 8 weeks early.
He sure gave us a scare, didn't he?
Yeah, but he's so perfect. It's just you and me, Jack. Can I take him to show and tell?
We'll see.
Well, the offense has gotten going here for both teams. It's 4-3 on this wet night in Wausau. You know, I said that the rain had let up a little bit in the second inning. Well, it's certainly back. And there's two ways that you can deal with these sort of conditions as a baseball player. You can either be frustrated and complain about them or embrace them. And I think both teams have embraced the weather thus far. It's really, really tough on the pitchers. That's who you feel bad for. The grip is just not there when it's wet. Schultz against Zach Knowlton here to begin the second inning. It's Knowlton ahead with the 2-0 count. Talked about how Zach Knowlton loves to get on base. A lot of it is taking walks. He took 4 the last time he faced the Rapids Rafters. Knowlton trying to find a base hit. He does not have a hit since June 5th against Madison. And that one skips past the catcher, Ashton Zacher. But ultimately, that's the best part about Zach Knowlton's play is if he can't get a hit, he is still productive, not just offensively, but defensively. That's why he saw the field all the time this year at his college, Central Michigan. A leadoff walk as Zach Knowlton will take his base. Give you a little bit of speed as well, and now Christian Smith-Johnson steps up. Smith-Johnson may be the most dominant hitter in the Northwoods League. Successful, maybe the better way to put it. A 15-game hit streak to open the season. That is the best hit streak in the Northwoods League. Here comes his signature bunt, and he pulls back. Ball one. That's why he's got a 15-game hit streak. He'll get on with infield bunt singles day and night. One of the few hitters in the Northwoods League yet to have an offer this season. The bunt's laid down, but it's foul. 1-1. Smith Johnson played 49 games last year for the Woodchucks and recorded 35 hits. If he continues to hit like he is right now, he's going to shatter those numbers this year. How about 22 hits in 15 games? And, of course, he was a little banged up earlier trying to make a heroic catch in center field. But with his approach at the plate, it looks like everything is same as normal. He hits one into right field, down the line, a base hit. Knowlton heading for third as it goes into the corner. They will hold him there. Christian Smith Johnson has his team-leading 5th extra base hit on the season. Make it a 16-game hit streak for SJ. And Wausau has a really good chance to tie or take the lead here in the bottom half of the frame. It's so funny about Christian Smith Johnson. He just has a game face mentality. I don't think he hit one that far in batting practice today or anywhere near a gap in batting practice. A lot of it was what he likes to call power grounders, just hard hit ground balls, most of them up the middle. Big chance here for Ryan Pruitt to tag on something for Wausau. He grounded out straight back to Schultz to start the game for the Woodchucks. A lot of speed here, too, with Knowlton at third and Smith Johnson at second. Hits like that from Christian Smith Johnson are why the Woodchucks are delighted that play in center field was not anything worse in terms of his health and his ability to play. You do not want a banged-up Christian Smith Johnson, and I think that swing goes to show you that he's fine. Breaking ball off the plate, 3-1. Hitter's count for Pruitt, and he puts one into left field, a base hit. Smith Johnson is going to be sent. Here comes the play at the plate. It's off the line. Pruitt moves up to second base on the throw, and the Woodchucks have the lead straight back. 2 RBIs for Ryan Pruitt on the play. He'll move up to second base on the air. All of a sudden, 5-4 Chucks. Wausau doing something to Kenny Schultz that hasn't happened this season for the storybook pitcher for the Wisconsin Rapids Rafters. They're putting balls in play and getting runs across. Those 2 runs will be credited as earned runs. Ken Schlotterback add on to the fun. Playing Dylan to pull here, the Wisconsin Rapids infield. That slider misses low. Well, I tell you what, for the fans that did come out here in their raincoats, and they brought their umbrellas too, they're being treated to an offensive showcase. Great hitting from both sides in this one. Dylan got his first off day of the season in the 7-5 win against Fond du Lac. That means every Woodchucks player has an off day now for those who started the season in Wausau. And this is a difficult place for Kenny Schultz to be in. The good news is his offense has picked him up. And with the way the Rafters are hitting right now, They're never going to be out of a baseball game. Their offense has been excellent on the road. Ripped right to short. Parker couldn't corral it. And so it will be counted as an infield single for Dylan Schlotterbeck. His 17th hit of the season. He continues to find ways to get on base. Now you got a lot of speed. Still nobody out in the frame. That is a tough play to make there at short in the rain. Credit Eric Parker for not letting that get into the outfield. Because he didn't let it get into the outfield, Pruitt had to hold at second base. Well, if you want to beat Kenny Schultz, this is exactly the way to do it. You've got to put the ball in play against him if you're Wausau. You've got to find ways to get hits against him. You're not going to be able to walk your way on base like they've done in the past. But they've timed him up here in the second inning, and that's a good place to be in. No action in either bullpen. A 1. Guerra chops it up the middle, and it can't be corralled by Ruiz. Coming in to score is Ryan Pruitt, and it is 6-4 Woodchucks. Ruiz almost kept that one in the infield, but that is another great piece of hitting, and Ethan Guerra continues his hot start to the season in Wausau. That's now 4 consecutive hits for the Woodchucks in this frame, and everybody's reached. Guerra now has 3 RBIs already with the Woodchucks, and he played last year in the Northwoods League with the Traverse City Pit Spitters, and a hit like this goes to show you he knows how to play in the Northwoods League. And that is exactly what you wanted to do if you're Wausau. And in a game like this where Wisconsin Rapids has scored 10 or more runs the last 3 of the last 4 games that they've been on the road, you want to score often against this Rapids Rafters team. Three excellent base hits to put Wausau back in front. It's been simple hitting from the Woodchucks tonight. Let's see if Harris can continue that trend. He singled and scored in the first. Double steal. Here's the throw to third. Schlotterbeck is safe. How about that? A high throw from Ashton Zacher, but it looked like Schlotterbeck was going to be out on that play. He was using the wet turf as a slip and slide a little bit there to barely beat the tag. And now Harris, a really good chance to pick up his first Northwoods League RBIs. It's a slow tapper towards third. Charging is Davis. Barehanded snag will be late. Infield single for Aiden Harris to get his first RBI of the season. 7-4 Chucks. The hitting party has begun, and it has gotten going early. 5 consecutive hitters have come to the plate, and all of them have hits. Harris, Guerra, Pruitt, all have RBIs in the frame. Kind of got broken open by that Christian Smith-Johnson double, and Wausau has not let up since. There's a pop-up in foul territory by Baldridge. That'll stay in play. And Pinol's able to make the catch. There is the Rafters' first out of the frame. And if you're the Woodchucks, you'll take a foul out like that, because every single hitter in this lineup is confident at swinging at Schultz's stuff and finding ways to get hits. Hasn't been a lot of long ball from the Woodchucks either. Now Quigley pops that up, almost in the same spot. Kobayashi! Wow, he almost made the catch. He dove in the gravel over there past the grass in right field. That would have been probably the best catch we've seen at Athletic Park this season. And Christian Smith-Johnson has made a couple diving plays. Gotta love the effort there from Kobayashi. Quigley, a 2-run single in the first. That gave Wausau the lead then. And they've responded with 4 runs in this frame. This has been back and forth, back and forth. Get your bullpens ready, folks. And the arms should be ready for both sides with the off day being yesterday. So that's good news. And you know what I was thinking earlier today is Anthony Quigley, out of all the players, I mean, he's from South Florida. He should know a thing or two about a rain game. There are downpours in South Florida. Harris will stay at first after the throwback from Schultz. Here's another interesting note for you. With Wausau's 4 runs in this frame, that means that in 8 of the 9 home games, the Woodchucks have scored 4 or more in a frame. Up the middle, a base hit for Quigley. Give him his 3rd RBI. Trotting in is Guerra. It's 8-4 Woodchucks. And Anthony Quigley is pleased. He's talking over there with one of the hitting coaches, Harrison Engstrom, who works with these guys day in and day out, especially during batting practice, gives them ideas, gives them things to think about, and I'm sure Engstrom has got to be pleased with the way the Woodchucks are finding hits. They're putting balls in gaps. And it's not necessarily the field's fault for Wisconsin Rapids that Wausau's got a 4-run lead. It's great hitting from the Woodchucks. And you were wondering, especially with all the new faces in the lineup, right? 4 guys in this batting order are making their debuts at Athletic Park. How was that going to shift the offense? Was it going to help it or hurt it? It's helped it significantly. Sexton fouls one off. That was hit well. That was hit hard. And that'll go on to the street behind us at Athletic Park. Starting pitcher Schultz is no stranger to working in scenarios like this. Started 15 games in the last 2 years at UW Stevens Point. And good take from Sexton. Love the story for Kenny Schultz, right? He started the season as a press box intern, and what head coach Tom Zaglowski told me today is that they were doing something that involved throwing where the players were hanging out with the interns, and he threw something and nailed a trash can. That's what he told me. Sexton into right field, tracking back Kobayashi. It's over his head. That'll bounce off the wall. Harris getting the wave around third. No throw from Ruiz. Brody Sexton is off and running as a Wausau Woodchuck. Give the Chucks 7 in the frame. It's 10-4. Brody Sexton loves to take things the opposite way. He did that all day in batting practice and worked to perfection there. Harris scores easily. And now 7 runs have scored for Wausau, making a 9-4 score, sorry. And now Zach Knowlton gets to hit for the second time today. Kenny Schultz is going to throw his 31st pitch of the frame here. That's strike 1 to Zach Knowlton. Remember, the Northwoods League rule, if you pitch 35 or more pitches in an inning, that means you cannot return for the next inning. So it could be an early exit for Kenny Schultz, which is a shame because we were just talking about him. So after he threw that ball into the trash can, I want to finish that story. Tom Zaglowski joked with him. He said, hey, you want to join the team? And Kenny Schultz is like, hey, I'll take some more innings. And so he threw a bullpen as Knowlton pops it foul. And Tom Zagłowski told me after about 6 pitches in that bullpen that he threw, he said, "Stop, I've got a contract. You're on the team. We'll put you on the team right now." He was able to take a place of someone who was supposed to sign but didn't come. Chop towards the left side, another tough play coming, and it cannot be fired to first in time by Ruiz. An infield single, now it's 10-3. The ball is just not bouncing the way of the Rafters. Everything is going Wausau's way in the bottom of the second, and out comes Tom Zagłowski. Zach Knowlton has broken his week-long hit drought, and that's just all speed right there. That's the second tough play that Davis has had to make today. You didn't see the throw on the highlight there, but it was not in time. Knowlton beat it out comfortably. And so, as a result, Wisconsin Rapids will bring in a new pitcher, Tristan Crusenberry, who has started at times this season for the Wisconsin Rapids Rafters. He was actually, if I'm not mistaken, one of their opening day pitchers. He was the opening day starter, Crusenberry, and he's making his second appearance against Wausau this season. Right-handed pitcher at a Campbellsville University. Hasn't pitched in 6 days. He pitched against the Royal Oak Leprechauns. Wausau knows a thing or two about them. Gave up 2 unearned runs, walked 3, struck out 4 in that appearance. We saw Crusenberry in the home opener for Wausau. He relieved Alejandro Morales after 2 innings of work from him. Crusenberry threw 2 innings, and gave up 2 runs, walked 2, and hit a batter in that game. Out of Owensboro, Kentucky, making his move back up north to Wisconsin. 6'3", 200-pound right-hander. Good chance for us to take a look. We were talking about Northwoods League softball earlier today. And let's go ahead and mention right now the Wausau Ignite currently trail the Madison Nightmares 5-3 in the state capitol, their first ever road game of the season. But the Ignite have 2 on here with nobody out in the 5th. After the offense was potent for both teams on the softball diamond here at Athletic Park last night, the offense has carried over to the baseball side of things tonight. 10 runs for Wausau in the first 2 innings, 7 runs in this frame. 2 doubles in this frame for Wausau, the other 5 hits, singles. And just to go down the line, RBIs for Pruitt, Guerra, Harris, Quigley, Sexton, and Zach Knowlton. Well, Smith Johnson has secured another day with his hitting streak after he roped a double into right field. Well, let's see if he could do more damage. Maybe up his RBI total. He swings and misses for strike 1. Smith Johnson, 19 RBIs on the season. That's 8 more than he had last year with the Woodchucks. Runner moving from first. There won't be a throw. Be counted as a stolen base for Zach Knowlton. And so now Sexton stands at third. And more runners in scoring position. Wausau's gotten back to their stolen base ways today as well. 3 stolen bags in the frame. Infield's in here. Nice pitch from Crusenberry, 1-2. What you will say is for Wausau starter Nolan Bernard, this is a long time in the dugout. Chance for him to reset a bit after he got rocked. Boy, threw a bat at it there, Smith Johnson, and I think it went into the Wisconsin Rapids dugout. You're not supposed to make contact on that pitch. Somehow Smith Johnson did. Looped towards the right side, foul. It's funny, Smith Johnson loves to hit also towards the opposite field. Whenever he pulls one, though, it's going a long way in left field. He's got 2 home runs on the year, both over the bullpen fence in left field. A long shot here would certainly break things open. And he throws his bat at it. It is over the head of Eric Parker and into center field. Because the infield was playing in on that play, Smith Johnson's going to get an RBI single. He's 2 for 2, and Wausau now leads 11-4. A tough play there for Eric Parker, who he's a big guy himself, and he almost leaped to make the catch. It has been a difficult inning to traverse for the left side of Wisconsin Rapids infield. They have been just a step, an inch away from making a couple spectacular plays. But the ball, unfortunately, is rolling Wausau's way right now. The last 4 have reached. Runners moving from first to second. Here comes a double steal attempt. Goes into center field anyways. So that's an error. That will score Zach Knowlton. It's the second error of the inning. And Christian Smith Johnson is credited with the stolen base on that play, which means he now has 19 stolen bags on the year. And it's funny because he's no longer in the lead for stolen bases in the Northwoods League. Oh, now he's going to go to third. And he's going to be safe. Nobody was covering the bag. Smith Johnson catches the Rapids infield napping, and now he's got 20 stolen bags on the year. My goodness. He just won't quit. The perfect time to do that, too. What a heads-up play from Smith Johnson. That's tip foul. Well, the Woodchucks aren't just playing well, they are having a ton of fun now in the rain. And that's the exciting play that Smith Johnson brings to every single game. Tap foul. Everybody for Wausau has now reached. Everybody has scored. The Woodchucks did have a 10-run inning against Fond du Lac in a game they won 20-2 early June. And they're threatening another 10-run frame here. Yeah, you're reading that right. We're in the second inning, and Wausau leads 12-4. They scored 21 in a game against Rapids last season. That was their largest win. Pruitt pops it up. Foul territory left side. Davis, it drops out of his mitt. And it's going to go down as an error on Davis, and it will be a foul ball nonetheless. That's the third error of the inning for the Rapids Rafters. A strikeout would go a long way here for Cruisenberry to settle the ship. Pruitt into right center field. That's well hit. It's going towards the gap. It's off the glove of Diaz. Pruitt stops at second. The Woodchucks have scored 10 runs in the frame. It's a 13-4 score. Once again, a tight play that almost was made there by Diaz. It's a shame. With the wet conditions, you see the ball bouncing off of a couple of gloves. And that was almost a great catch from Diaz, given the circumstances. Schlotterbeck now hits for the second time in this frame. 1-0. Well, grab a seat on the couch and enjoy. This could be a long one tonight, given how this game has started, but Wausau has put themselves in pole position already for their 10th win of the season. It is still early, and with the rain still playing a part, anything can happen. We saw that last night in the softball game. In that game, Madison led 11-2. Wausau ended up bringing the tying run to the plate in what would eventually be a 14-12 Ignite loss. Boy, is it pouring. My goodness. And the Woodchucks have not wavered, though. You know, not a lot of people talk about how the rain can affect a hitter, but it can make you feel wet, kind of out of place. But everybody's finding excellent contact. That is skied in the air to left. That's the best way to put it. Onati is able to make the catch. And Woodchucks finally are taken down for a second out in this frame. I mean, a crazy streak right there in between out number 1 and out number 2. 5 straight reached for Wausau before that second out was recorded. They could still break their season record for most runs in an inning if Guerra can get his second RBI. And they'll start him off with a pitch outside. 10 runs on 10 hits, 3 errors. That is what we have in the bottom of the second. And you could start to see that Cruisenberry is finding his footing here on the mound. Starting to find better pitches. Wausau's still swinging at just about everything. Because when you're getting hits like they've gotten, you just continue to swing. I can't blame them. Starting to get less contact, though. Garrett played last year at Traverse City, but during his time with the Pit Spitters, he never played against the Wisconsin Rapids Rafters, which is interesting because those two teams will square off this weekend, as the schedule got mixed around a little bit between this year and last year. And the turf for Garrett 2-2. Well, everybody in this lineup has proven something, especially in this frame. You could start to see this sort of aura could be the answer for Corey Thompson and crew in these future games. Garrett sends it foul. The Woodchucks chase Kenny Schultz out. Tristan Cruisenberry trying to finish off this marathon half inning. Breaking ball got him looking, and that finally ends the frame. But how about Wausau for the second time this season? They put up 10 in a frame. They lead 13-4 on the Northwoods League Sports Network.
More than 370 Northwoods League alumni have advanced to Major League Baseball, including World Series champion and Cy Young Award winners Max Scherzer and Chris Sale, 5-time Gold Glove winner Matt Chapman, 3-time All-Star and World Series champion Marcus Semien, and 2-time Major League Baseball Home Run Derby champion Pete Alonso. This is Northwoods League Baseball. Matt Chapman, 3-time All-Star and World Series champion Marcus Semien, and 2-time Major League Baseball Home Run Derby champion Pete Alonso. This is Northwoods League Baseball.
Oh, that's gotta hurt.
Oh, good to have you back on your game.
Yeah, well, I only got cancer so that you could tell people that, you shaved your head for solidarity and not because you're going bald.
Right. And I got a minivan to make your little moped look cool.
Okay. Well, couldn't have gotten through without you.
Love you, bro. I'm glad you're sticking around.
Oh, that means so much coming from Mom and Dad's second favorite.
Whatever.
Delta Dental makes insurance simple. So if you ask yourself, who encourages you to use your benefits for regular preventive care, provides quick service online or by phone, offers access to the largest provider networks, and helps you save money when you need more than a checkup? There's only one answer. Definitely Delta Dental. For dental and vision insurance made simple, choose Delta Dental and Delta Vision today.
The Northwoods League has joined Sparkit in
The Northwoods League is giving you the opportunity to play NWL Lucky 7 and win daily cash prizes. It's available to U.S. residents 18 and older and invites fans to compete by making predictions on game outcomes, player performances, and other proposition picks across all Northwoods League baseball and softball games. Daily prizes include $250 for first place. Find out more at northwoodsleague.com by clicking on the Gaming tab. If the Wisconsin Rapids Rafters want to win a 5th straight game on the road and a 4th straight game overall, they're going to have to climb quite a mountain here tonight. A 10 spot by the Woodchucks in the bottom of the second means they now have a 9-run cushion, and Nolan Bernard all of a sudden has loads of room to work with. Eric Parker fouls one off, 1-2 to him. Parker played for a great Georgia team this year that was part of the NCAA tournament. Unfortunately, the Bulldogs did not advance to the Super Regionals. As a freshman, Parker didn't play a ton, but SEC experience, that means a ton. 2-2. We've talked about the rain here. It's been on and off in terms of how heavy it's been. This is a heavier spurt of it. And you can see that Bernard is having trouble releasing that ball. It is incredibly slippery. And because of the rain, I think there's still a great opportunity for the Rapids Rafters to get back in this game. Everybody's going to be a little wet going home tonight. Almost got that breaking ball to stick, but it's a leadoff walk to Eric Parker. This summer serves as a great opportunity for a lot of these players to play in situations that maybe you don't necessarily play in every single day. I would say for Bernard, this gives him more experience in pitching in a scenario like this. There's a check at first, off the glove of Quigley. Those two have a connection. They both play at South Florida, both freshmen. And Corey Thompson is going to make his way to the mound. And a rare time where Thompson will go talk to his pitcher and call the rest of the infield off. Two Florida guys. Thompson coaches at Kaiser University, NAIA school in Florida. And you can kind of tell what he's saying to Nolan Bernard. And don't worry about anything else. Just play catch. And when you've got a 9-run lead, just fire in strikes. You don't want to give the Rapids Rafters any sniff back into this game. Like we said earlier, you want to embrace the elements. Pinal takes low, ball 1. RBI single for Pinal in the first. And a swing and a miss to make it 1-1. Wisconsin Rapids, they've had a ton of success on the road. We just talked about that, but how does this team work from behind? It's been so-so on the road this year. They lost their first 3 games on the road and won their next 3, or not won their next 4, rather. It's actually been the road performance that has been the difference maker as of late. And they're 3-6 at home, Wisconsin Rapids. And sometimes as a team, you just find that playing on the road is a little more comfortable. Maybe a little pressure is off. You get to enjoy a bus ride to where you're playing with your teammates. And from what I've heard from the Rapids Rafters clubhouse and from the people over there, this is a great crew and a great philosophy. Runners going here. The throw from Sexton, and it's off the glove of Guerra. That would have been a bang-bang play there. I'm not sure if Parker beats the throw if it doesn't just pop out of the glove of Guerra at the last second. And Parker trying to push the envelope after that difficult inning where nothing seemed to go his way. He almost made a couple of spectacular plays, and like we said, just an inch away from making a play here, a play there. Pinal takes outside. It's back-to-back walks to open the frame for Nolan Bernard. This is why, if you're Wausau, you are delighted that you got 10 in the bottom of the second. Because even if you give up 3, maybe 4 in an inning, you still got a pretty comfortable lead to work with. Kobayashi, a sac fly RBI for him. Out of Saitama, Japan. .260 on the year. He has played every single game for Wisconsin Rapids. Noah Ruiz has as well. Struck out 11 times on the year, 9 RBIs, 10 RBIs actually now, on 13 hits. Runners moving to third. It's behind Sexton. That was a good choice. Both runners can move up 90 feet, and that takes the double play out of effect. So Parker might as well become a Woodchuck with the way that he's run the bases. 2 stolen bases for him on the same trip. And Pinal can move his way to second base on the wild pitch. Bernard set with this 2-1. Chop foul. Be very interesting to see what Wausau's offense is able to do here. They have not won a shootout this season. In every win this season for Wausau, they've held the opponent to 5 runs or less. And Kobayashi fouls it at the plate. I don't think that will be the case tonight, just with the way the conditions are playing. But it's important to get a game like this in, and to hope that we can just continue to play and that there won't be any delays tonight. If it does start truly pouring more than this, that could be the case. Swing and a miss. Bernard's back to his old stuff. He's got his 3rd strikeout of the day. And the good news for Wausau in this game is, especially after the frustrating spell in the rain against Fond du Lac on Monday, where they had an inning where it just poured. They gave up 5 runs, and they ended up losing by 10. You could start to get this mantra, this thought that, oh, we don't play as well in the rain. That's popped up. Will it be Quigley or Baldridge? It'll be the first baseman who makes the catch pretty much in Baldridge's spot. There's 2 gone. And what I mean by them thinking, well, maybe we don't play as well in the rain, well, when you score 10 runs in the rain in a single inning, that shuts down any thought process like that. And listen, this is the Northwoods League. You are going to play in the rain at some point this season. Might as well get used to it now. This will not be the only rain game of the season for Wausau. Nice block by Sexton. Keeps Parker at third. We are looking for our first scoreless frame of tonight's game. We're in the top of the 3rd inning, and we've already played for an hour and 20 minutes. Which is why I'm saying, if you're going to get the popcorn, might as well get it now. Gostin tips it foul. Woodchucks and Rafters play today. After this game, they'll play 4 more times here at Athletic Park. Tomorrow, they play down south in Wisconsin Rapids. Hopefully, the rain holds off there. They have a dirt infield. Slider for strike 2. Same with Fond du Lac, dirt infield. And I think Wausau is more comfortable with the turf infield they have here. The 1-2. Like the idea of a fastball there. Missed outside. This would certainly be a nice bounce back for Bernard. He is starting to get more comfortable in the wet conditions. And you know what? He's been around water all his life. If you joined us last time Bernard pitched, we mentioned his mom was a swimmer at Alabama, and Bernard was a swimmer in high school. He did that in the winter when he wasn't playing baseball. He does lose Costin there. Bases loaded. Rapids Rafters have yet to record a hit in the frame, but a great opportunity for Spencer Davis to do that right here. Davis walked and scored on that Noah Ruiz home run that seems like ages ago when he hit that one out. This is a big make it or break it moment here. If you could shut the door, then all the momentum's on your side if you're Wausau. The door can open here, though, for the Rapids Rafters. And like we're saying, just because it's 13-4 does not mean this game is dead and gone. Corey Thompson says it all the time. Anything can happen on any given night in the Northwoods League, and we've seen that play out multiple times this season already. Put into left field, a base hit. That'll score Parker. Pinal's getting the wave around third, and there will be no throw to the plate. So the Rapids have 2 runs in an inning for the 3rd straight time, and they cut into the deficit just a bit. It's 13-6. Well, you save your hits for the late outs stages of an inning. And if you're going to have only 1 hit in the inning, take it with 2 outs. And Spencer Davis has 2 RBIs on that hit. He's got 7 in just 9 games. The junior out of Hope International. So back to the top for Onati. I don't think Bernard will necessarily be as frustrated about giving up the 2-out single as he will about losing Costin on 2 strikes. That's where he really had the inning. He just couldn't strike him out. Look back to first. Just a little late. And so now Bernard has thrown 30 pitches in this frame. So he's in the same spot as Kenny Schultz. Wausau does have arms working. Looks like it's Everett Swaim out there in the bullpen at Chandler Gilbert Community College. So now 3-0 to Onati. And this could very well be Nolan Bernard's last hitter. If anything, this will likely be his final inning of the day. There's a strike. Onati, 8 hits and 32 at-bats. He's 1 for 2 today. Singled in the first. And that is the 4th walk of the inning. Bases loaded for Wisconsin Rapids. And now they are the ones that won't quit in a frame. And I tell you what, one swing changes this game, and you've got the guy at the plate to do it in Noah Ruiz. Already hit a home run off of Bernard in the second. Showing he's got some power in the wet rain. Swing and a miss. Bernard fools him with a breaking ball. This is where you earn your stripes as a pitcher. These are the tough starts that can help you grow. And that's 35 pitches for Bernard. So this will be his last inning, but maybe he can finish it on a positive note. And if anything, he could still exit with a 7-run cushion. Walks have been the troubling piece for Nolan Bernard, but I would argue that he wouldn't walk this many if the conditions weren't like this. Inside, almost hit Ruiz, but he's got a hitter's count at 3-1. Now you got to attack him. Ruiz could snag an RBI if he takes a walk as well. Check swing, but it's high. There's ball 4. And that will score another Rafters run. And that will conclude the day for Nolan Bernard. So Wausau will have to dig into its bullpen early in this game. And Everett Swaim will be the one to come in. Scoring on that play was Costin. And now the Rafters have built a little 2-out rally of their own with strong plate discipline. And this is an important spot for Everett Swaim to come in at this point. While Swaim jogs in, let's take a look around the Northwoods League. While we have a bit of time here, probably see a good chunk of pitching changes today. Everybody's going to get their innings for both teams. So bottom 9th in Battle Creek between the Rockford Rivets and the Battle Creek Battle Jacks. And 0-0 is the score. That actually just went to extra innings, so that's fun. I don't think we've had a game this season that has gone to extra innings scoreless. St. Cloud currently trails Thunder Bay in Canada 8-4. Border Cats have 16 hits in that game. Good news in Michigan. Royal Oak currently leads Madison 3-2, and that means if that result holds and Wausau's result holds, Wausau will take a lead into tomorrow's game. They'll take the lead in the Great Lakes East. And Corey Thompson, in between a couple warm-up pitches for Everett Swaim, had a couple of words for the home plate umpire tonight. I do not think we saw the umpire make any gesture as if he was ejected or not, but the third base umpire ran in to help cover for his home plate umpire. And Corey Thompson will feel that a couple of those Bernard pitches were right on the corner, and he just didn't get the call. But that has also happened to Wisconsin Rapids in this game. And if you want strikes today, you're going to have to earn them. So let's just get a little fiery here on this rainy Thursday. Back to your scoreboard. Kalamazoo and Traverse City knotted at 2, top 8. The Wausau Ignite, we've talked about them already today. They currently lead 7-5 at Madison, scoring a couple of runs to take the lead in the top of the 6th. They are 6 outs away from beating the Nightmares for the first time ever. They'll play here tomorrow against Madison. We'll have that for you on the Northwoods League Sports Network. Fond du Lac currently leads Green Bay 5-2 over on the east part of Wisconsin. And Kenosha leads Lakeshore 3-1. Ashton Zacher has a big chance here to pull Wisconsin Rapids back. And there's ball 1. Well, when you give up a 10-run inning like the Rafters did, like we said at the beginning of this frame, it's a mountain to climb. They are already climbing it. Last appearance for Everett Swaim was against Madison in the 14-3 loss at Warner Park last Saturday. 1 walk, 1 strikeout in that appearance for Swaim. Zacher rips it foul. So now you got him on 2 strikes, but can you finish him off? And even though we are still very early here in central Wisconsin in this game, this feels like a pretty crucial spot. Here comes Swaim. Oh, that's way outside. Goes back to Sexton, and you know what? You'd rather do that on a 2-strike pitch than a 3-0 pitch. And suddenly he is having to adjust to the elements. Every pitcher is going to have a pitch like that today. Still a 2-2 count here. Outside. So full count, all the runners will be moving here on this next pitch. You could tell the Wausau crowd not necessarily pleased with that last decision by the home plate umpire. Here comes the full count pitch. Almost caught by Sexton at the plate. It's going to be barely foul and give Zacher another chance. Righty versus lefty here. Zacher 1 for 2 with a strikeout. He's the only hitter not to hit from either team or from Wisconsin Rapids in this inning. Another payoff pitch. Fouled off. And with each pitch, you can see that the count's starting to favor Zacher a bit. Rain has let up a tad here at Athletic Park. Can Swaim finish him off? Grounded to first, collected by Quigley. He'll beat the play out, and Wausau is out of the inning. Quigley steps on the bag for out number 3. Another wild inning. Rapids leave the bases loaded. Wausau up 6 on the Northwoods League Sports Network.
The Mint Cafe is Woody's favorite spot. They have the best food in town, like their scrumptious pies, delicious burgers, and sandwiches, plus Woody's go-to milkshake. The Mint Cafe, good food, good friends. Located at 422 North 3rd Street, Wausau.
Catch Catch all the action of America's premier summer collegiate softball and baseball league at northwoodsleague.com. Purchase tickets to a game near you, get the latest stats on your favorite team, or watch live game coverage. Check out the selection of Northwoods League headwear, apparel, and more for the sport fan in your life. All proceeds support the Northwoods League Foundation. Visit northwoodsleague.com, your home for the Northwoods League.
Introducing the Cloud AI with Red Alloy Plus, engineered with aerospace-grade alloy for ultimate durability and razor-thin precision. Generative AI technology meticulously fine-tunes every 1/8 inch of the bat, pushing the boundaries of performance. The optimized mid-load swing weight delivers speed and extends the sweet spot, all in a seamless one-piece construction designed for peak power. The RevGrip premium material offers unmatched tack and cushion. Artificial intelligence, real results.
Are you a baseball or softball coach? One Way Coach-to-Catcher communication is brand new to the game, and the Northwoods League has proudly partnered with the Headset app to be their preferred coach-to-catcher communication solution. Try it out with your team today using hardware you already own. Download the Headset app from your app store and try it free for 5 days. A lot of runs today. 20 runs in 2.5 innings of play. And Wausau just got out of a pretty big bases-loaded jam, all things considered. And they still hold a 6-run advantage. Aiden Harris leads off the third. And he's ahead 2-0 against Tristan Crusenberry. Good start to Harris's career as a Woodchuck. 2 for 2, 2 singles. We still haven't seen his full power yet. He was looking for fastball. Crusenberry gave him breaking ball. 2-1. This is a tough introduction to the Northwoods League for a couple of these players. But every baseball player has, at one point or another, going to be accustomed to playing in the rain like this. Some help it and make them better. Some, it hurts their game a little bit. The most important thing is which team collectively can play better in the rain. Harris puts one into right center field, and it's over the head of Diaz. This is going to be Harris's first extra base hit with the Woodchucks. He roped that thing out into right center. He's 3 for 3, and a nice start to the bottom of the third. The contact just looks so sweet off of Aiden Harris's back. And I think what was so awesome about watching him today in batting practice is his first ever round of batting practice was he couldn't get the ball out of the infield. And then he made an adjustment in his second round of batting practice, and he hit balls like the one you just saw there on the replay, and it looked easy for him. Well, this is Baldridge hitting switch, and that's way behind the catcher, Zacher. A wild pitch is going to allow Harris to move to third. So Cade Baldridge started this game hitting righty. Now he's hitting lefty for the first time today. It was funny. There was one time in batting practice today where Baldridge hit one down the right field line, and then he hits one down the left field line as a right-handed hitter on the very next pitch. And one of the hitting coaches told me that's called hitting it coast to coast. Baldridge reached on an error. He's the only Woodchuck without a hit tonight. That's also behind Zacher. But again, short backstop here at Athletic Park, so Zacher will be able to corral it. Keep Harris at third. It's a great day to be a hitter at Athletic Park. These are the days where you jump for joy when you get a chance to step into the batter's box. Swing and a miss. I think he foul tipped into the catcher's mitt, but Baldridge just swung out of his shoes. 2-2. What I love about a lot of these new additions in Sexton, Harris, Guerra, Baldridge, a lot of relaxed approaches at the plate. But when they get their pitch, they hit it well. Counts full. You could see after each pitch, Baldridge is almost wiping the bat off with his pants to keep it dry. That's certainly a method. And a nice walk from Caden Baldridge. So he's reached for the second time in his third plate appearance. And now comes Anthony Quigley, who has already put himself firmly in the conversation for player of the game. 2 hits, 3 RBIs. If he continues to hit like he's been hitting today, he could potentially have a conversation for Northwoods League hitter of the night. So Zacher goes out to comfort his pitcher in Cruisenberry. You know, it's incredible. Tristan Cruisenberry, one of the coolest parts of his story, Cruisenberry, is the fact that I believe he had a hearing impairment, if I'm not mistaken. If I'm not mistaken, he is the pitcher on the Rapids Rafters that uses an earpiece day to day to communicate. And he's actually said in the past that he's able to block out the noise, because again, he has a hearing impairment, and that kind of helps him in high pressure situations. He can block out the noise, which is really cool. And he's a guy that Tom Ziglowski has put his faith and trust in early this season to throw a lot of innings. Baldridge is moving from first. Actually, he isn't. Probably could have made it to second base on that pitch. But instead, he'll stay. A 3-1 count. This is where Quigley can do some damage. Swing and a miss. When Cruisenberry can get that changeup in the right direction, that's where he's been the most successful. Quigley into left field, a base hit. He's 3 for 3. He has 4 RBIs. He can't be stopped tonight, Anthony Quigley. We've seen his power in the past with a couple of home runs on the season, but this is just strong hitting from the freshman. Woodchucks tag another one on. They've scored in all 3 innings tonight. 14-7. If I had to guess, this will be the last game to finish in tonight's Northwoods League action, but these are the most memorable games. Sometimes you're not going to remember that 6-3 regular home win against an opponent. You're going to remember this one. I know I'm going to remember this one. And Cruisenberry will step off as Baldridge increased his lead pretty far there at second base right before Cruisenberry was set to pitch. Baldridge does have some speed. Hasn't stolen a base yet, though. He stays, and it's 2-0. These teams, both of them, have been excellent today with 2 strikes. Wisconsin Rapids has taken a lot of walks on 2-strike pitches. Woodchucks have taken a lot of hits. Ground ball to short. Parker collects. They'll get the force out at second, but they cannot turn 2. So Quigley out at second. Baldridge will move to third. Sexton reaches on a fielder's choice. The bottom two of the order for Wausau have been excellent tonight. Knowlton has reached both times a walk and an infield single and a stolen base, and he scored twice. I will tell you what, for a Rafters infield that has had to deal with a lot of tough plays today, getting that force out at second base is a very nice reset. Good block by Zacher. You know what I love about the rain today is you could still hear the fans. You could still hear the energy at Athletic Park. I was talking to a fan earlier today as I was walking up to the press box, and he told me no rain was going to stop him from being here today and supporting the Woodchucks. And not only that, you've got a ton of kids from DC Everest Youth Baseball that are here today. And they have stuck around and given it a lot of support in the game. 3 balls, 1 strike. Rain really hasn't let up since the bottom of the first. It's coming down now. Nice location there, full count. Knowlton started his career at Highland Community College in Kansas, moved to Central Michigan this past year. Swing and a miss. Cruisenberry picks up his second strikeout, and there's 2 gone here in the third rather. Here's the other thing. The jerseys are going to need a wash tonight. They're going to need a double wash. You're not escaping the rain if you're a baseball player. I mean, it's got to be tough for a pitcher, but how about all the infielders and outfielders who have to stand and take this rain for very long innings today? Smith Johnson is 2 for 2. Woodchucks have recorded 14 hits in the first 3 innings today. Nice stop by Zacher. And Cruisenberry will ask for a new baseball. You know what's so awesome about Christian Smith Johnson having such a great start to the season is this past spring at Texas A&M Corpus Christi, it didn't necessarily go his way. Fouled off by Smith Johnson and out of play. He hit .250 this year with the Islanders, and that's not necessarily the standards that Christian Smith Johnson has. But he came back, a fresh attitude here in Wausau. This guy is never negative on himself. It amazes me how positive he is. Runners moving from first. The pitch is high. They're going to try a double steal, and they will be successful as Baldridge will come in to score, and not Guerra, but Pruitt is tagged out on the base pads. That will end the inning here as Wausau gets 2. It's 15-7 on the Northwoods League Sports Network.
I mean, I had a great manager in Donnie Scott. I had great team members. I had a great host family. That year was really formative from who I have become as a baseball player. Yeah, really helpful.
Opportunity abounds with a 72-game season, 35-man roster, strict pitching guidelines, and live television coverage seen by top major league scouts.
Yeah, if you're coming out of in college and looking for summer league, the Northwoods League really does. They have the talent and they have the schedule that really pushes you. You're playing on like a minor league schedule, so it gives you the taste of professional baseball. Plus, it gives you those extra games. It gives you the opportunity to continue to get better, and that's what everybody in college is looking to do.
The Northwoods League is the ultimate collegiate summer baseball experience.
And caught at the fence. What a play by Braden.
After a couple years of this, it's time for more money, more opportunity. That's where Midstate Technical College comes in. Got a passion for helping people? Maybe you like cars. Are you into science? Are you good with computers? No matter your path, we've got cutting-edge classes with field-trained professionals and better tuition options. Stop getting by and level up today.
Tonight's game is brought to you in part by The Grind, the official coffee of the Northwoods League. Look for The Grind in select ballpark team stores and online under the shop menu on team websites. A portion of the proceeds for each bag sold will go to benefit the Northwoods League Foundation. Top fourth now, and the runs continue here. 22 combined runs, if I did my math right. And a strike called to the first hitter, Eric Parker, who's 0 for 1 with a walk and a run scored. Everett Swaim, the new Wausau pitcher, got out of a bases-loaded jam in the third. Let's see if Parker can put it into play for the first time today. I will say, Wausau has scored 15 runs today. They have left 2 on the base paths. That is impressive. Low and outside. Swaim trying to work through the wet weather. And that fastball is up and away, 3-1. Also, just a quick note on that last double steal for Wausau. We said it was Guerra who scored. It was Brody Sexton who was tagged out. The scorer was Cade Baldridge. We got that right, but Sexton was the one out on the base pads. Wausau using some double steal to their advantage today. How good have the Rapids Rafters been in terms of their plate discipline tonight? That's now 7 walks taken by Wisconsin Rapids. And they've mixed up good walks with timely hitting. But this is a game where you're just trying to play catch-up almost the whole way. I think the mentality from Tom Zagłowski and co. is you cannot get everything back in one inning. Strike called to Matt Pinal, who has reached both times, an RBI single in the first. Pinal fouls it off, and Swaim's ahead 0-2. Eric Parker did try to steal earlier. Matt Pinal in the past has played for Tom Zagłowski, the Wisconsin Rapids head coach at Hope International, so he knows the style of Zagłowski as a coach. And to bring those guys in, that is an important method to your success. That is popped up. Schlatter back in foul territory. It's into the bleachers. And a couple of kids, they're not worried about the rain. They'll go scramble after it. Ooh. We got a kid, little kid sliding over there on the wet bleachers. Like we said, DC Everest. You see the Everest on that kid's shirt. Their youth baseball team is here tonight. We mentioned that. You know what? While many may not be a big fan of the rain, the kids love it. Fastball high, 1-2. Here's another note. Whichever pitcher can start finding a way to work in this rain, I mean, that pitcher could potentially lead his team to a win here tonight. Pinal started his career at Long Beach City College, moved to Hope International in 2023. Up the middle, caught by Swaim, double play. In a game where outs are hard to come by, the Wausau Woodchucks absolutely needed something like that. That was rifled straight back where it came from. Look at the reaction here by Everett Swaim. And then casually tossing over to first. He knew that double play was nice. Score at 1-3. And now nobody on, 2 outs for Kobayashi. Swaim is a great example of a guy who the start of his time this summer did not go his way. Had a tough start on opening night against Wisconsin Rapids, as that's fouled away. But Swaim has responded all the way. Gave up 3 runs on 3 hits in that start, which means he knows these hitters, because he started the home opener against Wisconsin Rapids. But ever since that appearance, man, he has found a different gear. Ground ball to short. That is a throw, and can Quigley give the tag? No. So Kobayashi beats out the tag. Guerra's throw was just off the line. It'll be counted as an error, and a 2-out base runner for Wisconsin Rapids. Like we said, every out is hard to come by today, and that continues with that error. First error of the day for Wausau, by the way. Now Diaz, who's 0 for 2. That's a beautiful pitch from Swaim. He and the catcher Brody Sexton are working very well together. Starting to find a groove. Swaim's a guy who loves that fastball, also likes the slider, splitter, curveball. He's in the transfer portal for the second time in his career. He's a West Coast guy by trade, started his career with the Gonzaga Bulldogs. He's not the only Gonzaga player in this Northwoods League season. Madison has a Gonzaga player. And then he went to Chandler Gilbert Community College and spent a season there. That was what he did last season. 1-2. Swung on and missed. And for the first time today, a team puts up a 0 in a frame. Wausau 15, Wisconsin Rapids 7 here. A high-scoring one on the Northwoods League Sports Network.
So, after a couple years of this, it's time for more money and better opportunities. That's where Mid-State Technical College comes in.
Are you a born leader? Is hospitality your thing? Maybe you're into efficiency. Or do you love building teams? No matter your path, we've got cutting-edge classes with field-trained professionals and better tuition options. So stop getting by and level up today.
The Northwoods League Foundation is enriching the
Northwoods League is proud to partner with the authentic Stadium Mustard this season. For over 50 years, Stadium Mustard has been offered at stadiums, ballparks, and arenas coast to coast. And the Wausau Woodchucks are proud to be serving Stadium Mustard here at Athletic Park. Loved by millions, Stadium Mustard. Wisconsin Rapids had a 2-0 lead in the first, then Wausau scored 3 runs in the bottom half of that frame. As Smith Johnson's wings on one and misses. The Rapids Rafters took the lead back in the top of the second, made it 4-3, but then Wausau exploded for 10 runs in the bottom of the second. And as a result, that's what gives them the big lead. Rapids scored 3 in the third. Wausau scored 2, so it's just been back and forth all game, and the big inning from Wausau is why they hold an 8-run advantage. Rolled foul by Smith Johnson. He was at the plate at the end of the third when Wausau decided to play double steal, forced their final run across, but ultimately they took a third out in that situation as well. Wind's blowing from right to left tonight in the outfield. Not a ton of wind, though. Cruisenberry back out for the fourth. Wisconsin Rapids does have a pitcher working. Wausau does not. Everett Swaim has brought a lot of calm and control on the mound for the Woodchucks. Be Smith, Johnson, Pruitt, and Schlotterback to begin this inning. And this is a night where you can really bring your batting average and your RBI numbers up. Chop foul by Smith Johnson. And he steps away for a quick moment. Looked like that one hit his leg. Kind of talked about this. This will likely be the longest game, maybe, of the Woodchucks season, unless they go into extra innings at any time. That could potentially take it longer, but 2 hours and 5 minutes in, and we're in the fourth. Ground ball, left side, base hit. Smith Johnson is 3 for 3, and he continues to build up his batting average. Smith Johnson is top 5 in the Northwoods League in batting average, and he keeps that mentality at the plate. That's another 2-strike hit for SJ. He likes to call them power grounders. That's a power grounder in the gap that gets you out in the left field for a hit. It is worth mentioning that if there's a problem with the rain, as Smith Johnson barely safe at first, if you get 5 innings in, it can be considered a full, complete game. There's no signs of stopping here tonight. Smith Johnson has stolen 2 bases. He stole one on Cruisenberry when he wasn't paying attention on the mound earlier. So now he's very aware of Smith Johnson. He stays. Pruitt loops one into shallow left. On the run is Harris, or rather Parker, but he can't get it. Pruitt now has 3 hits. He becomes the second player to get 3 hits, and it's a second consecutive 3-hit day for Ryan Pruitt. I tell you what, he is starting to become a man who can hit leadoff day in and day out for the Woodchucks. And before, Pruitt just dropped his gear off right at the last second. Schlotterback takes low. He forgot to take off his equipment until Cruisenberry got set. And that really started, hold on, the umpires have stopped play for a moment. And a spare ball got down the first baseline. We see that every once in a while here at Athletic Park. Check back at second. It goes into center field, but Smith Johnson will not choose to advance. I'd love to see and talk to Smith Johnson about this game. Remember, he played in Wausau last year. I mean, for some of these players, this has got to be some of the rainiest weather they have ever played in. Big props to our camera operators at first and third base today for rolling with the weather, too. And to all the fans who, again, have stuck around during this entire game, maybe there is some clearing at the end of the day. That would be awesome. Be a reward for everybody who's been here. They have made noise the whole game, though. 3-0 to Schlotterbeck. I tell you what, I did not expect Wausau to have another chance at 20 runs this season. Tonight, they have that opportunity and then some. Schlotterbeck 1 for 3 on the day. And he takes what will be his 16th walk of the season. That now leads the Woodchucks. And the bases are loaded here with one out for Ethan Guerra. Tom Zaglaski's on his way back to the mound. And he will potentially be pulling Tristan Cruisenberry here. Rapids Rafters did have an arm working in the bullpen. And it looks like Cruisenberry will be maybe done here. Zaglaski hasn't taken the ball from him yet, but we see a new pitcher jogging out there for Wisconsin Rapids. So 15-7 here in Wausau. 22 runs have been scored in this game. That is almost the most in a Woodchucks game this season. The record in a Woodchucks game this year, the highest, is 24. And that came against Wisconsin Rapids early in the season. A 13-11 game where Wausau was down 5 early. Ended up bringing the winning run to the plate in that game. They lost by 2.
Number 19, Cannon Restine.
And this is Cannon Restine, who will now take the mound for the Wisconsin Rapids Rafters. Restine, a righty out of Rogers State University. That's a Division II school. Comes in with a little more power than the first couple of pitchers. Third pitcher of the day for Wisconsin Rapids. Pitched against Royal Oak as well. Walked 1, struck out 1, so it's pretty much the same rotation that Tom Zaglaski used in that game. Schultz, Cruisenberry, and Restine all pitched in that game. Played 2 seasons at Southwestern Community College in Chula Vista, California. Went to Steel Canyon High School in San Diego. And last year at Rogers State, only 4 2/3 innings of work, a 17.36 ERA for Restine. So an opportunity for him, like many pitchers, to take an opportunity this summer to get some innings, get his pitching back, get his wind-up back. Gives you plenty of options here in the summer and plenty of innings to maybe work out a couple of kinks. And you could go back to your coaches in the fall and sort of say, hey, listen, I proved myself in the Northwoods League. I played against some of the best hitters in the nation. And I think that will likely be the goal for this Wisconsin Rapids reliever. Wausau is showing no mercy at the plate. Let's see if Ethan Guerra can keep it up. Here's another guy that's looking to prove himself. Played for the Big 12 champions in Arizona. They played for the Wildcats. but didn't get a ton of time with them. Arizona is actually in the College World Series. Garrett did not travel with Arizona to Omaha, but a chance to prove that he could be a piece of their team, maybe for a run for next year. He's a junior, and he tips his first pitch foul. Guerra's really set the tone from the moment he got into Wausau. And I was talking with one of the people who knew him well at Traverse City. He said he was one of the best players on the Pit Spitters last season. So definitely some high praise for the infielder. He's actually teammates with Dylan Schlotterback back at Paris Junior College 2 years ago when Schlotterback was a freshman. Guerra was a sophomore, and he just got hit by the pitch. So everybody can move up 90 feet. Smith Johnson will score his third run of the day. Guerra's credited with an RBI. That's his second. And it's 16-7. Now you got another guy that's got 3 hits, Aiden Harris. Single in the first, infield single in the second, double in the third. He scored all 3 times. And I now know why Corey Thompson was so excited about this guy at the beginning of the season. This is the first summer baseball experience for Aiden Harris. Oh, and that one almost hit him as he had to duck right there. All 6'4" of Aiden Harris. And a chance to reset after a bit of an interesting play, interesting throw there. Harris is out of Midlothian, Virginia. He played for a good Cavaliers team, but we talked about it with another Virginia player, Michael Yeager, who started for Madison last week here at Athletic Park. Virginia lost its head coach to Mississippi State. So it becomes an interesting situation for a guy like Aiden Harris during this summer, continuing to build as a player, and then whatever he does next season, it will be a new environment. Swinging on 3-0. I think that's the first time we've seen a hitter swing at a 3-0 this season. 3-1. Harris takes low. That's a bases-loaded walk. The runs are pouring on in this game. Get it? That's Ryan Pruitt trotting in. 5 straight have reached for Wausau, and they only have 2 hits on the inning. So Schlotterback can move to third, Garrett to second, Harris to first. And now it's Cannon Restine's turn to try to find a way out of this. I think a big credit to both of these teams for playing through these conditions. Regardless of who wins or loses this game, these teams have shown some real grit and toughness. Ground ball to the right side. Pinal picks it up. The toss to first. Beats Baldridge by a half a step, but he will get an RBI as another run scores. This is now an 18-7 game. Well, Baldridge attacked there early. Incredibly, Baldridge is the only Woodchuck without a hit, and he still played a big part in this game. And now you really give Anthony Quigley a chance to build what has been an excellent night for him. An RBI in every at-bat, 3 for 3. And that's fouled off. You just wonder how much Quigley can keep it up. Does he start with a little bit of power, or does he continue with these sweet singles and base hits? You can tell he's feeling good. He's got a smile on his face at the plate. That's one sent the other way, foul, 0-2. You got to love this as well for Quigley. The Fond du Lac series was a tough one for him. Had a rough day at third base on Monday. Now he gets to play at first, which is a little more natural for him. And credit Quigley for, again, a bit of rough time on the road, but not letting this sort of action mess with him at all. Or letting a game like that mess with him in any way. This is skied in the air towards shallow right. Kobayashi is under it. Oh, an underhanded snag. How about that? A run will score. Quigley continues to have an RBI in every plate appearance tonight. That's now 5 RBIs on the day for Quigley. And Kobayashi saving Wisconsin Rapids from disaster with a heck of a catch. Can Brody Sexton get Wausau back to 20 for the second time this season? That would certainly be something sensational. And I'll tell you what, in terms of it raining tonight, this is as hard as it has rained all night. The rain has just picked up as the night has gone along. Nobody really expected for there to be that much rain in the forecast. And now we're set for rain for the next couple hours. Second hit by pitch of the inning. And Brody Sexton will take a painful walk to first base. So now it turns to Zach Knowlton. If you were wondering about the Wausau Ignite game, Madison Nightmares did end up picking up the win there, 10-9. A tight one. Nightmares had a grand slam in the 6th that pulled them through. Popped up and foul behind us. Umpires potentially asking for a couple of new balls. He's back into home, and that's the other thing. Got to credit our umpire crew today. Caleb Groom, Hudson R&D, and Tyler Jetting. A lot of props to these three for braving the elements and allowing us to have a baseball game tonight. You can see Restine. He's rolling the ball on his pants to try to dry it in any which way. High and tight to Zach Knowlton. A strikeout, an infield single, and a walk. It might be a rainy night, but Zach Knowlton, that's his regular stat line. And for the hitters in a game like this, the sort of thought process is if they're not going to throw it in the zone, why swing? Why swing in a situation like this? Take your walks, increase your OBP. Right side, base hit. The Woodchucks have 20 runs in a game for the second time this season, and it only took them 4 innings. A relentless performance tonight from Wausau. The second time in the month of June that they've scored 20, and the second time in the last 2 seasons that they've scored 20 on the Rapids Rafters. You could be looking at record-breaking stuff here tonight if things continue this way. Here comes another mound visit for Wisconsin Rapids. Wausau under Corey Thompson has won a couple games with 20 runs. It is common in some facets. It's not super rare. They've also lost a couple games where the opposing team has scored 20. But I think the thought process is you can completely understand in a game like this why we've seen 27 total runs scored. And I'll reiterate this. We said it earlier. You don't want to cancel this game and play a doubleheader. You want this game in. And if anything, again, it is teaching these players how to deal with elements and play through just about anything. I think a lot of players are going to be able to use this down the stretch in the season to benefit themselves. Ground ball towards the left side. Another hit for Smith Johnson. Here comes the throw. There will be a throw to first. Sliding in safe is Sexton. Now Smith Johnson has 4 hits on the day. And it's a new season high for runs in a game. The Woodchucks have Wisconsin Rapids tripled up here. It's a football score, 21-7. 3 touchdowns for Wausau, and they are not done yet. A brilliant 2-route rally here from Wausau. 6-run inning here for Wausau. Second inning in this game with 6 or more runs. Now Pruitt, as he takes outside for ball 1. He is 3 for 4. Nice hustle, by the way, from Sexton to get around to score. That's his 2nd run scored. And Pruitt laces one up the middle, caught by Parker to end the frame. Nice play out there in the middle infield by Eric Parker. It's now 21-7 on the Northwoods League Sports Network.
The Food and Farm Exploration Center is a place for connecting with food and the people who grow it. Come play with agriculture and explore over 60 interactive exhibits. Explore the intersection of farming and food, the people that make it happen, and the processes that take it from field to fork through engaging learning brought to you by Wisconsin farmers. Meet the machines that feed the nation and get up close with tractors and other farm equipment. The Exploration Center also functions as a meeting place for the community with over 10,000 square feet of venue space. Food and Farm Exploration Center. Visit, play, explore.
With the ghost in your hands, the possibilities are unlimited. It's gotta be the ghost.
Delta Dental makes insurance simple. So if you ask yourself, who encourages you to use your benefits for regular preventive care, provides quick service online or by phone, offers access to the largest provider networks, and helps you save money when you need more than a checkup? There's only one answer. Definitely Delta Dental. For dental and vision insurance made simple, choose Delta Dental and Delta Vision today.
Before Max Scherzer, Chris Sale, or Pete Alonso ever took the field in Major League Baseball, they were taking the field as players in the Northwoods League. Every year, more than 90 Northwoods League players are drafted by Major League Baseball teams. The Northwoods League is the largest organized baseball league in the world. The Major Leaguers of tomorrow are playing baseball in the Northwoods League today. Get your tickets and gear online, then visit a Northwoods League ballpark near you.
We've got video game numbers here in Wausau. I promise you there's not a glitch in the scoreboard. We are going to the top of the 5th inning, and the Woodchucks lead 21-7. Wonder how far that scoreboard can go. We said this earlier, but the rain is pouring, and so are the runs at Athletic Park tonight. And for a new lineup, look at that. It's 21 runs on the scoreboard. And this new lineup has been very impressive with 3 new faces. And I mean, look at the scoreboard here. If you look at the bottom of the 2nd, it doesn't even hold 10 runs. That's what's crazy about it. Here's a strike. So you see that bottom of the 2nd, it says 0. That's supposed to be a 10. offensive explosion from Wausau. That sort of tells you how the game has gone so far. Wisconsin Rapids led this game 4-3 in the top of the second. And since then, Wausau has outscored the Rapids Rafters 18-3. Costin fouls one off. And it's 2-2. This is a day where you're thankful that the turf is here at Athletic Park. If this game did not have the turf infield, there's no way we're playing right now. Absolutely no way. But here we are. Swing and a miss. Swaim is dealing in the rain. One gone. 2 strikeouts now for Everett Swaim. He's a guy that is originally from Seattle, Washington, or from that area. He's actually out of British Columbia, but when you go to Gonzaga, you're in Washington. You deal with rain. I'm sure he's pitched in the rain. Washington is the rainiest state in America. So what a great decision by Corey Thompson to put him on the mound. And now even the catchers are having trouble throwing it back to their pitchers. That one off your screen sailed away from Swaim. He tried to jump to make the catch. It tipped off his glove. Here's the good news. Statistically for Wausau, this is going to put their team batting average and their team run numbers up a ton in this game. If I'm not mistaken, the record for runs scored in a game in the Northwoods League this season is 22. Thunder Bay did it first week of the season. And as they think they beat Eau Claire. It might have been Eau Claire over Thunder Bay. Up the middle, off the boot, I think maybe of Swaim. But it's into center field anyways. And Spencer Davis has his second hit of the game. He's reached all 3 times, the 9 hitters. And this has been a game for the 9 hitters. Spencer Davis for Wisconsin Rapids and Christian Smith-Johnson for Wausau. 6 for 6 combined. And 3 runs scored. Wausau's got another arm working in their bullpen. And that's the Alabama man, Zach Wyatt, goes to Montevallo. But right now, Swaim by far has pitched better than any pitcher in this game in the rain. And that has played to Wausau's advantage. Sliced foul by Mason Onati. Teams have played 3 times. They'll play 9 more. And I think we'll have some more high-scoring games as well. These 2 teams have shown their offense so far. And that's popped out of the glove of Sexton, but he picks it up, 2-1. And if the trend continues, Thursdays are going to be good for Wausau. They're looking to go 3-0 on Thursdays this season. And 2 of those wins would be against Wisconsin Rapids. Onati skies it into left center. Knowlton will call off Smith-Johnson and make the catch. Given the circumstances, what Everett Swaim has done in this relief appearance might be one of the most impressive things I've seen this season. And at this point, you just got to laugh it off. You can see Quigley and Spencer Davis at first base sharing a chuckle. These 2 teams will share this moment and this game forever. Ruiz, he's been good. 2 walks and a 2-run home run. And a called strike to start him off. In a situation like this for Wisconsin Rapids, you have to remember two things. First of all, this is just one game, and your offense has been good. You're not just out of it yet. You got to try to put some zeros up on your end. But you also got to remember not to give away at-bats in a situation like this. Because in a game that's quote-unquote lopsided, you can start to focus on the score rather than putting in together a good at-bat. And so that takes personal discipline at the plate. Ruiz is someone who's done that. Swing and a miss. With Everett Swaim on the mound, you couldn't tell that it's been raining. Looking to get Ruiz out for the first time today as the rain piles on. Ruiz sends it in the air, down the right field foul line, and it will trail into the seats. Baldridge and Quigley gave a little run at it. Do whatever you want to do to try to make your bat dry or your ball dry in a situation like this. It's just not going to happen. Cameras are showing that rain perfectly. Little grounder to second. Baldridge will take the force out at the second base bag. How about Everett Swaim? Dominating right now on the mound. It's 21-7 here on the Northwoods League Sports Network.
My host families, who I still stay in touch with to this day. Had a great time there. Enjoyed my time playing with the Mashers. Definitely different than I could have ever expected, but definitely enjoyed the time here.
Honestly, one of the best summers I've ever had. I got to stay with a great host family that I still see a couple times a year now, and honestly, it was the perfect introduction into professional baseball.
Oh, that's gotta hurt.
Oh, good to have you back on your game.
Yeah, well, I only got cancer so that you could tell people that, you shaved your head for solidarity and not because you're going bald.
Right. And I got a minivan to make your little moped look cool.
Okay. Well, couldn't have gotten through without you.
Love you, bro. I'm glad you're sticking around.
Oh, that means so much coming from Mom and Dad's second favorite.
Whatever.
After a couple years of this, it's time for more money, more opportunity. That's where Midstate Technical College comes in. Got a passion for helping people? Maybe you like cars. Are you into science? Are you good with computers? No matter your path, we've got cutting-edge classes with field-trained professionals and better tuition options. Stop getting by and level up today.
Stay connected with the premier summer collegiate softball and baseball league at northwoodsleague.com. Support the Northwoods League Foundation with a purchase from our online store. Get the latest news and stats, or join over 1 million fans at the ballpark. Just select your favorite team, find the game you want to see, then hand pick your tickets and print your tickets at home. For tickets 24 hours a day, visit northwoodsleague.com, your home for the Northwoods League.
Folks, that one is going in the books. The umpires, after the top of the fifth inning, have called it because after 5 innings have been played, you could consider the game a complete game, and so we are done here at Athletic Park tonight. Wausau's going to win this one in 5 innings by a final score of 21-7. Got to credit everybody for getting this game in. Under most circumstances, this one is delayed and maybe canceled or postponed till a later date. But tonight, everybody played their part from both teams to get this game in. Everett Swaim will end up picking up the win. As you could see, the players hustling their way back to the dugout. Probably the wettest game in the Northwoods League this season, and I don't think it was particularly close. And even though all of that happened, Wausau scored 21 runs in the game, multiple players had 3-hit games. They scored 10 runs in the second inning to pull ahead, and they scored 6 runs in the fourth. It's their second 6-run game their second 20-run game of the season, and quite an unforgettable one at Athletic Park here tonight. And the marathon game, again, finished in 4.5 innings, went 2 hours, and I believe, I'm trying to do the math here, about 2.5 hours, which is just insane. I'd like to thank everybody on our production crew tonight, including our first base and third base camera workers. That was not an easy one to cover, but we got it to you here on the Northwoods League Sports Network. Our buddy here, right next to me, Daniel Castagna, our PC director, or rather our cam director here today, Michael Moonen, and Zach over there in the producing studio as well. This one will be remembered for a long time, but the Woodchucks have won the game. They are now 7-2 at home this season, and I promise you, we will never see a game at Athletic Park like this in 2025 ever again. Thanks so much for joining us here on the Northwoods League Sports Network. My name is Matt Clark. Once again, your final score in a rain-shortened game in 5 innings. Wausau 21, Wisconsin Rapids 7 on the Northwoods League Sports Network. Good night. Stay dry. You can tell Dom. What? What'd you say? Are you doing an interview or no? No. Go home. Have a great night. See you tomorrow.
They left me behind last time. You can just stay here. It's okay. Oh God, I didn't even think about that. Good luck, Daniel.
Well, I'm gonna have to catch the team bus, so no talking. Go. Bye. 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 Everybody. Bye. Like Tucker would say.
Is that yours?
Bye. Everybody. Bye. Got the game in.
Yes.
We don't have to play a doubleheader. I tell you what, though, I don't know how you guys are going to get that game in Rapids tomorrow.
Is it supposed to be bad tomorrow?
I don't know if it's supposed to rain or not.
It's like raining the next 10 days.
I didn't think it was supposed to be bad though. Well, that's the broadcast of all time.
Yep. We shared it together, Austin.
Yes, we did. I prefer our first broadcast together.
It's nuts.
The game earlier in the season, at least it was a fun one. Even if, wait, we had lost that game, right?
Yeah, you did lose that game.
Was it a bad loss?
12-3.
Well, it was still better than this.
Oh my God. Jared, do not slip, dog.
There's a lot of news happening.
What's up?
There's a lot of news happening.
A lot of news, what do you mean?
Israel just bombed Iran.
Oh, wow. I saw the plane crash.